jerseys, we've got Dallas Derby Devils, Army of Darkness.
Thank you to the 6 people that cheered.
And in the white jerseys, we've got Charlotte Roller Derby's Team Charlotte. Woo! Let's go ahead and tell them who's playing today. We've got, in the Dallas Derby Devils, we've got 02 Coco, number 113 Velocity Raptor, number 12 Sweets, number 1229 Juicebox, number 21 Crank Dat, number 235 Guillotine Grace, number 313 Lola Chola, number 401 Ramsey, number 44 Blazing Asian, number 5501 Scare Bear, number 88 Eliminator, number 918 Huckleberry Jim, number 96, Daisy Deathwish, number 999, Nancy. The Dallas Derby Devils are coached by G.I. Joe, Quadzilla, Pyromania, Wombo Combo, and RJ.
Skating for us in those white jerseys is going to be Charlotte Roller Derby, and skating for Charlotte's going to be number 01, Public Enemy, number 015, Danny Banani, number 03, Hell Earned Heart, number 09, Foxy Thunderclap, number 1101, Nerd Fighter, number 111, Piglet, number 129, Rock Solid, number 1372, Frog Her. Excuse me. Number 252, Flannable Lecter, number 29, EB Trippin', number 315, Coma Inducer, number 42, Puck Her Up, number 508, Princess Leia, number 75, Piper, and number 81, Helvira. Charlotte Roller Derby will be coached for us by Uncle Paul, Cougar, and Hell Hath No Fury.
Oh, look at those fabulous boots on our jam timer this morning on this fine championship Sunday. Woo!
Sheesh.
Shoe cam is going to be lit today.
Shoe cam needs to zoom in on those bubbies. All right, looks like we're about to get ready for some roller derby action.
That is what looks like is going to be happening here. And starting off, it looks like we are going to see for Dallas, that's going to be Eliminator starting off with the star. And I believe that is that Foxy Thunderclap?
No, that's Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. A lot of 0 starting jammers.
That's right.
And they're all very similar stature.
That's true. I noticed that last night during Charlotte's game. They closed out the evening for us.
They did. All right, we're going to be getting started here. We see that hand up in the air and that whistle off. Both packs starting there right at the back, but quickly getting spread out in the front is Charlotte by Eliminator. The jammer status first of the game to Dallas Derby Devils.
That's right, Eliminator, a prolific jammer for Dallas Derby Devils.
Sorry, the Charlotte was really doing some good offense there to get out Public Enemy, finally able to escape the initial pass, but we see Dallas deciding 4 points is enough
and calling it off. Play defensively at the beginning of the game. You don't have to play so offensively at the end of the game.
It's an interesting strategy.
It is something. Rolling up to the jam line, you've got Princess Leia for Charlotte, and is that...
I think that's Ramsey.
That is Ramsey.
Going to try to ram Z point into Legion. That's not even good.
Ramsey
Let's
pack?
just pretend I don't talk. Yeah, Ramsey pack. There we
go.
Heyo, and we are off. Princess Leia and Ramsey, both extremely prolific jammers that we've seen over this weekend. A bit of an 8-car pile up there at the back.
Ramsey trying the inside line. Ramsey taking lead jammer for Dallas Derby Devils. First 2 lead jams of the game for Dallas.
Ooh, Princess Leia trying a huge apex jump, however, smashing into Crank that and getting a track cut, not quite able to land that inbounds here. So Princess Leia heading to that penalty box, giving Ramsey and Dallas the first power jam opportunity of this game.
Ooh. Jammer heart's already broken today. 4 points go up for Ramsey. Getting the signal from the sideline.
Dallas trying to catch themselves a goat there in the form of Nerd Fighter. Trying to help Ramsey get a little quicker through the pack, but a big hit's going to send them out. Ramsey decides to call it there. Going to ice themselves a jammer in the box.
Ooh, put that jammer on ice. Sounds like a good plan. Going to have a power start for Dallas here with Eliminator wearing the star.
Every other jam for Eliminator so far. But, I mean, if I have a power jam, I suppose that's probably one of the people I'd pick.
That would probably be my pick of the litter right there.
Charlotte trying to run away a little bit from Dallas, and Dallas is going to let them do it, hoping that Eliminator will do what Eliminator does and eliminate them from her way.
A little bit of offensive work there done by Nancy. Gets Eliminator to the head of the pack. Eliminator getting taken out to the inside line.
Do hear a penalty whistle being blown. That is a pack penalty somewhere, I believe. Oh, no, it is a jammer penalty for Armani Eliminator. We are going to see a power jam now in favor of Princess Leia, who is now picking up lead jammer status for Charlotte. Hot out of the box.
That is the first lead jammer status for Charlotte of the game. Short as it may be on Jam 3. Let's see if they can pick up the pace.
Ooh, big hit there, but Leia able to stay in, bouncing it right back up to try to continue the fight. But Dallas, even though separated, absolutely grinding down on that defense, not letting her get anywhere.
Shirt whip on Princess Leia, and she stays in bounds despite the block from Nancy.
Oh, wow, dodging hits left and right there. Princess Leia has managed to get out with the first 4 points in favor of Charlotte.
Now they're on the board. It's all downhill from here.
Eliminator with star in hand has returned to the track and managed to snake her way through and complete her own initial pass just as Princess Leia returns on a scoring pass.
Princess Leia calls the jam. Holds Eliminator scoreless for the first time this game. Oh.
2 points picked up by Charlotte in that last pass for a total of 6 points.
6 points. That's half of Dallas's score. Ooh, I can math.
Math is fun. It's not to me.
Sorry. Danny Banani jamming for Charlotte. We have got... Oh,
that is Danny.
Oh. Daisy Deathwish.
Daisy and Danny.
Daisy and Danny. Oh, double D.
Whoa, lots of whistles happening. Multiplayer block being called on one of the Charlotte blockers, which lets Daisy Deathwish sneak on through the jammer to Dallas. Oof, my goodness. Bit of pinball being played up there with Danny Banani, who has managed to complete the initial pass just as Daisy Deathwish dodges a hit on 1 foot.
That was a lot of D's you said there. Very alliterative.
That was a lot of D's in there. I can add another one with Dallas Derby Devils.
Dallas Derby Devils, Daisy Deathwish calling off the jam, and we're ready to reset.
Heading into our next jam, that is going to be number 9, Foxy Thunderclap with the star for the first time in this game for Charlotte, going up against number 113, Velocity Raptor for the Dallas Derby Devils. It's a fun name to say.
It is.
That 5 seconds can feel like forever when you're waiting to start the jam, but it has started, and we see Velocity Raptor, the jammer for Dallas. Foxy Thunderclap now able to complete that initial pass just as we see Eliminator making contact with the back of the pack to score. Pivot thought she had the run back, but apparently did not. So we see 4 points to Velocity Raptor with Foxy Thunderclap now back in and also scoring.
Nice blocker work done by the Triple D blocker squad, pulling Foxy Thunderclap back.
Really good offense there, I believe, from Juicebox to spring her jammer out. Velocity Raptor through for that second scoring pass as Foxy still being gumped up on the first. Ooh, good news. Everyone is good.
Oh, almost clear, but Velocity Raptor goes to a knee. Whistle
Low
being
block. On Velocity Raptor is going to give Foxy Thunderclap and Charlotte a power jam opportunity. This is exactly what Charlotte could use.
Oh, yes. Right now, this is the perfect opportunity to run away with it. She did lose... Velocity Raptor did lose lead, so this will go the full distance.
Direction of gameplay going to lose us an Army of Darkness skater to the box here as we see Charlotte rushing up to try to spring Foxy Thunderclap.
Guillotine Grace with a huge block, taking Foxy Thunderclap out to the outside, going to pull her back 10 feet.
Velocity Raptor has been released from the penalty box and is returned to the track in scoring position. Very good penalty kill by Dallas, able to hold on to Foxy for the entirety of that penalty.
4 points go up for Velocity Raptor. Penalty whistles blowing. Direction of gameplay being assessed on Nerd Fighter.
Pretty blocker penalty heavy couple jams we had here, at least for Charlotte.
Yeah.
Bunch of directions and a multiplayer.
We saw this a little bit at the beginning of the game yesterday. Once they settle in, though, it does turn out to be a pretty clean game if they follow the same pattern they followed last night.
Well, that's the hope.
We've got Ramsey on the line for the Dallas Derby Devils, and
I believe that's Public Enemy.
I think you're right. She's so low I can't see the number.
It's true. There we go. PJ.
PJ, that's Public Enemy.
PJ taking a run back, able to squeak in very cleanly there behind Coco. It does look like we're going to see a cut track penalty called on Ramsey, so Public Enemy has an opportunity to get lead still, and Charlotte is in a power jam opportunity.
That is Dallas's third jammer penalty this half.
Public Enemy has been declared lead jammers, now coming around eligible to score with their defenders set up in the back of the pack. Last blocker for Charlotte is being released from the penalty box, probably going to come in and join the offense party here. Oof.
Public Enemy goes down hard on the infield, going to haul back well behind. I believe that is Cranked At.
The hit there was by Coco. Really good job of keeping Public Enemy to the inside and not allowing her to complete the scoring pass, killing the time long enough to allow Ramsey back onto the track. Really ground down action here. We see Rock Solid, I believe. Rock Solid, coming up to try to provide a little bit of offense for Public Enemy, but it doesn't exactly do much. Meanwhile, at the back, Charlotte doing a great job holding their own with Ramsey.
And Ramsey on the outside line. Ramsey is free on the initial.
Public Enemy knocked to the inside, gets the command from the bench to call in and does so. Picking up all 4 points. They're very hard won and fought 4 points to bring this to a 10-point game.
That is hopefully we're going to get a good game this morning. I'm looking forward to it with Eliminator on the jam line, taking on Princess Leia.
It's the princess.
Let's touch pearls and wave for Princess Leia.
Clear penalty box to start this jam here. Looked like Eliminator found the open line on the outside for a sec, but ran into Charlotte for just a moment before being declared lead.
Forearm call being assessed on Ramsey, leaves Princess Leia with a wide open power jam.
Yet another jammer penalty here for Dallas. Now Princess Leia with an opportunity to pick up lead and does so. Also a power jam opportunity for Charlotte.
Jammer hearts being broken on the Dallas side.
Unfortunately, and jammer Dallas packs being broken here by Charlotte here in an attempt to spring out Princess Leia, but now Dallas has managed to find a little bit of group, but they're going to lose Nancy to that penalty box there for a stop block, allowing Princess Leia to get out on the inside line for 4 points. Now a 6-point game.
And this power jam has come to a close. Something happened. Penalty whistle being blown. Yes, that is a direction call
on Ramsey. That hit to Princess Leia coming out of the penalty box was not a legal hit, so now we have a power jam once again in favor of Princess Leia and Charlotte, who's deciding to call off the jam and give a really loud power start to Charlotte in the next jam. Wise decision.
That's a good opportunity.
But 5 jammer penalties on Dallas already in just 7 jams. That's what's really allowing Charlotte to do this quick catch-up. We saw 7 points here and deciding to call it off. Now getting a power start in their favor with a 3-point game.
Yep. Looks like G.I. Joe getting some clarification on just what that penalty was about.
Just a little OTO.
OTO?
You want to tell us about some stuff during this OTO, Mr. Fabulous Producer?
I can. We have our vendor village going on in the back corner over there. Last day to hit our vendor village. Want to thank everybody who's taking part in that. Of course, our Triple D merch table and our team merch tables during different games. You also have Blood and Thunder, Free Play, Rocktopus, Blue Massage and Crybaby Wellness, Lamb Lamb's Loot Box, Polly Smith, Crank Dad Designs, Goodfoot Skates, Radiant IV, Strong Athletic, Debbie Doodles, God Loves Dirty Girls, Cube Cat, and Roller Revival. Speaking of Roller Revival, that's the place to gear up with bold graphic tees, tanks, crop tops, scrimmage jerseys, hats, stickers, pins, and patches. Skater-owned and operated, Roller Revival celebrates the grit, spirit, and athleticism of a roller derby athlete.
I like watching Charlotte and Dallas have a little chit-chat there up by the pivot line. That's the fun part of roller derby, is just like chatting with people when you have a moment.
You meet new friends, get some camaraderie.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of new friends, we have some referee and non-skating official friends that we should introduce.
New friends. On skates today, we've got Kilt Trip, Ninja Sassum, Cataclysm, Rough Draft, Genetic, Danger Muffin, and F and Ref. Who's off skates?
Off skates, we've got Stitch Mistress, Slip and Slide, the Ginger Ninja, Rex, MD, Doc Skinner, Cupcake, Schizo, and the Grim Reapster. Ooh, looks like there was a discussion on the official side. We did see Eliminator leaving the box now, so we are not going to be having that power start opportunity in favor of Charlotte. Big loss of opportunity for them.
That was just rolling.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall during that official timeout. We've got
Daisy Deathwish and Danny Banani are going to be jamming here with the removal of Eliminator from the penalty box. That takes away Charlotte's power jam opportunity. Oh, but Danny Banani didn't even need it.
That's 3 in a row for Charlotte on lead jammer statuses. This is just what Charlotte could need to close this 3-point gap and get the lead for the first time this game.
Ooh, Daisy Deathwish has escaped from that initial pass, but Danny Banani fighting the good fight there against Dallas's defense decides to call it, hopefully picking up a point at least. Two. We are a 1-point game now. Charlotte at 27 and Dallas hanging on at 28 as we have 18 minutes left in this first half. We're going to see Foxy Thunderclap with the Stars taking on Velocity Raptor for Charlotte and Dallas, respectively.
I'm going to tell you a secret.
Okay.
I'm going to preemptively open my hydration fluid.
Ooh, yes, you should. Yes, you should. I just ran out of my first. I gotta open my bottle cap here as Foxy and Velocity both take off. I hear an immediate penalty being blown here on the pivot for Dallas. That's a back block, but Velocity Raptor doesn't seem to mind and picks up lead jammer status for Dallas, the first in a couple jams. 3.
Ooh, Foxy Thunderclap about a half a track behind. Gonna close that gap in on Velocity Raptor. Foxy Thunderclap to the inside, picking up 4 points. 4 points also go up for Velocity Raptor.
Dallas holding on to that 1-point lead, but Charlotte's Foxy is gonna hit the pack here. Wow!
Nice apex jump from Foxy.
No, she's not. She's not gonna hit the pack. She's just gonna jump over it.
Take to the air.
Velocity Raptor also managed to get through on that second scoring pass, and the bench says call it, seeing that Foxy was about to hit again. Still a 1-point game with an 8-all jam there, Rainbow.
Oh my goodness. Right back where we started this jam. Who's taking the line there? Is that Public Enemy?
Public Enemy number 1.
Public Enemy number 1. And Ramsey, I believe? Ramsey.
I've seen this pair before.
Yep. I've got deja vu in my eyes as well.
401 versus 01. 01, 401. Ooh, Public Enemy tiptoeing that inside line out. Immediately jammer almost there for Charlotte. Star has come off on the side of Dallas looking for a pass or a path through, but Public Enemy now just looking for points.
Public Enemy on the toe stops in the back of the pack there.
Ooh, Ramsey able to give them the slip on the inside, forcing the Charlotte blockers towards the outside here. Public Enemy, meanwhile, skimming through on the inside for 4 points, calling it off. 4 points now for Charlotte and a lead change. 39-36.
Thank you, Danger Muffin. I appreciate the love.
I thought he was just confirming that Dallas had 0, and I was like, oh, a 0, thank you. I'm really blind.
Goodness gracious, maybe push up your glasses just a smidgen?
I should, they're huge. You'd think that I wouldn't need to.
I know, they're lovely frames. That is the first lead change of the game. Charlotte's just taken lead for the first time. Oh my goodness, huge block by Nancy sends Princess Leia back behind the jam line.
Eliminator not exactly having the best luck up at the front with a toe stop out of bounds, forcing them to recycle, which gives Princess Leia a chance to pick up lead jammer status, but Eliminator doesn't exactly like the sound of that.
Eliminator not even a quarter track behind Princess Leia. This is going to be quick if anything happens. Whoops.
Quick call off.
Let's see about points. Nope. Looks like
nothing for nobody here. That's a 0-0
double
jam.
donuts.
Oh, I'm hungry.
No, I ate pretty good, so I'm good.
Oh, swoosh.
I planned ahead.
Yeah, I didn't do that. Well, I never do, actually. That is
our first 0-0 jam of the game with...
I believe that is Daisy Deathwish and Danny Banani, the DDDDDs. The DDDDs. See who's going to come out on top this time for lead. Ooh, Daisy Deathwish there, swiveling and sliding to stay in bounds. Picks up lead for Dallas.
It was one skate, 2 wheels, all the way through on that inside line.
Doing some beautiful 360 spins there on just 2 wheels, as you said. Daisy Deathwish trying to escape and does so with 4 points. Danny Manani has come out with the initial pass. Dallas retaking that lead with just a 1-point advantage. Lead change. Hydrate. 40 points for Dallas. Leads Charlotte's 39. That would be Gen X Tasty in the chat saying she loves the announcing this morning and that we are fun.
Oh, thank you so much.
Aw, thank you, Amanda.
We love the announcer love.
Yes, we're having a good. This is a good game. We are having a very good time here.
Very good time here.
We're going to see Foxy Thunderclap taking on Velocity Raptor here. Ooh.
Oh. Forearm call being assessed in the pack.
Lead Velocity Raptor. Rawr. I don't know where that came from.
Multiplayer block being assessed.
Foxy taking off the star, trying to distract everyone, but Velocity Raptor distracting me with that Matrix torso.
That's right. They did the bullet time move.
Yes, the bullet time move for 4 points here. Foxy there managing to give the slip to Nancy there with the star off. Velocity coming through for a second scoring pass to pick up 8 points. Now in a 9-point game with Dallas at 48. Charlotte hanging tight at 39.
Interesting to see how far Dallas can get with that lead before Charlotte answers.
Yeah, Charlotte, though, having a little bit of penalty trouble right now, though, with a couple of their blockers sitting in the box, and we see both of those penalties assessed towards the end of the last jam.
Oh, that's not... We got Ramsey on the line up against Public Enemy for Charlotte.
Ramsey now with just 1 to beat, thanks to some beautiful offense there by Crank Dad, able to pick up lead for Dallas.
I love those ruby red slippers Ramsey's wearing today.
Ramsey's also wearing a very confident look as they come in looking for some points, knowing that they are just going to get them, and they do. 4 points to Ramsey and Dallas here with Hell Earnhardt now holding the star, I believe, for Charlotte. Nope.
Still Public Enemy. But Public Enemy committed a foul track cut and will be headed to the box. This is a power jam for Ramsey.
And the last thing Charlotte needed right now, hopefully, though, with the returning of their blockers slowly to the track, they will be able to slow the penalty kill a little bit. Ooh, able to take out Ramsey by just 1 toe stop, but one's enough.
One's enough.
One's enough.
And Ramsey going back plenty far decides, I don't want to go any further, and calls it. Ice that jammer in the box. Public Enemy will start sitting in a chair while Eliminator starts on the line.
Not what you want to see when you're Charlotte and you don't have a jammer, but exactly what you want to see when you're Dallas and you do.
Yes. Yes, indeed. That was a 12-point jam for Ramsey.
Oof. 4 scoreless jams in a row for Charlotte. Hopefully they're going to be able to turn their luck around here soon when we see Public Enemy come out of the track.
But Eliminator picking up lead jammer.
Immediately, almost. I think that was about 3 seconds before lead was established here.
If even. Eliminator signaling to her blockers, let's do this thing.
Charlotte now speeding up to try to reassemble at the front. Not quite able to contain Eliminator, but last second hit there is going to send her back behind Flannable Lecter.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it was an illegal contact penalty, so the recycle didn't have to go quite as far back as they wanted.
Nope.
We do see Public Enemy has returned to the track with star in hand.
Sneaky
indeed. Ooh.
Public Enemy, that is Eliminator through the pack one more time. 3 points. There was a no pass, no penalty in that one.
Uh-oh, and a track cut being assessed here on Public Enemy, so we are going to see another power jam here in favor of Eliminator, who has just gone through on another complete scoring pass and who is lead.
Four more points going up for Eliminator, and that's the jam. Ice is Public Enemy once again in the box.
I do believe I hear a timeout being called by Charlotte. Yep, that's exactly what I would do if I were Charlotte. Take a second, and we're going to take a second.
Take a drink.
Take a drink.
And listen to PR pay the bills.
Yeah, we'll just relax.
I'm going to pay them bills. Talk about radiant hydration They're at Clover Cup this year providing IV hydration and vitamin drips with athletes in mind. You must book in advance to reserve your appointment. Remember, today is the last day to get that done and to complete your online forms. 3 different packages ranging from $30 all the way to $169, including a different type drips with vitamins, zinc, saline, whatever you want. Look for it. It's an immunity boost, recovery and performance package. So many great stuff here offered by Radiant Hydration. They also have Simply Saline drips and add-ons for muscle pain. So visit them over in the vendor village. But remember, you have to schedule your appointment. You can call them at 817-996-7469 or stop by the booth to schedule your appointment today if they have any openings. That is Radiant Hydration.
All right, Power Jam start in favor of Dallas. We've got Daisy Deathwish on the line.
Let's just say it in a very Texas way. All right, all right, all right.
It'd be much cooler if you did.
It would be much cooler if you did that first.
That's true.
It's true. I thought about it and then I didn't.
Shout out to Matthew McConaughey watching on the feed.
Yep, shout out to Mr. McConaughey here, who is definitely watching his BFF forever, Daisy Deathwish, trying to bust through Charlotte's defense.
Daisy Deathwish getting pummeled at the front of the pack.
Ooh, Charlotte doing a very good job.
Good penalty kill for Charlotte, but Daisy Deathwish picking up lead jammer. 21 seconds.
21 seconds hanging on to Daisy Deathwish. That's pretty intense.
Public Enemy out of the box and into the fray.
Now trying to complete the initial pass. Daisy Deathwish on a scoring pass, having completed the initial pass. Both packs hanging out in between turns 2 and 3 here. As Daisy Deathwish, that was just backwards toe stop skip hopping.
Yeah, that was very impressive footwork, actually. Forearm call on Lola Chola, taking a seat in the penalty box.
Public Enemy now whipping off the star, maybe trying to look for a pass here, but ooh, a little distracted up at the front here. Charlotte's defense as Daisy Deathwish blew them all over. Ooh, Public Enemy tangling 1-for-1 with Coco, but does manage to complete the initial pass.
Daisy Deathwish through the pack. One last little love tap there by our pivot, Foxy Thunderclap.
Public Enemy putting up the first 4 points for Charlotte in quite some time now, and Daisy Deathwish choosing to call the jam off, though Dallas currently running into a little bit of penalty trouble now with only one blocker. Going to start the next jam here.
Wow. That ends a little dry streak there for Charlotte.
They have managed to recover slightly, getting 4 points there on the board, and they do have a blocking advantage to start this next jam. 2 of the blockers for Dallas are going to be sitting in the box.
Quick little timeout occurring as Crankdat takes a seat in the penalty box. And
somebody else comes back onto the track.
Somebody else comes back onto the track.
Juice box.
Juice box. Okay, there it is. Sometimes the paper doesn't tell me the names as the back of their jerseys don't tell me their names. And
it's true.
And sometimes I just don't have a name.
And sometimes I just can't read. So that always helps too.
Yep.
A little jammer on jammer, tet there, but Princess Leia gives Ramsey the slip and also gives Juicebox the slip. Lead jammer status here for Charlotte. First lead jammer picked up in quite some time. Hopefully she's going to be able to capitalize on it as we see the return of the final Charlotte blocker to the track to continue holding Ramsey, who has the star in hand, but no pivot. Juicebox now picking up a penalty just as we saw the return of the Dallas blocker to the track. 4-0 jam in favor of Charlotte to bring their score up to 47 now with the 40-point game as we have 7.5 minutes left in the first half.
This has been an interesting game to call, let me tell you, Nikki.
Been a fascinating game to call here, and we're going to see an interesting start again. We're going to see one blocker for Dallas starting on the track here. That's going to be Guillotine Grace, but we're going to see all of the blockers for Charlotte this time instead of just the 3.
Yep, Dallas needs to sort out some penalty issues now. I'm not seeing any big numbers per player. Guillotine. We just got some clarification. It is Guillotine Grace, as Guillotine Grace's name includes skill.
Managed to do a little bit of offense there to spring out Eliminator. We're starting to see Dallas's defense return from the box. Leveling a big hit is Coco on Danny Banani. And on our pivot here, Coco has a grudge. Danny does have lead. Eliminator does have the initial pass completed. Yep.
4-4 jam on that one.
Really good defense and then switch to offense work there by Guillotine Grace. They're starting as the only blocker on the track. Not easy.
No.
They didn't get lead, but Dallas's jammer was, 15 feet behind?
No, not far behind at all. Good work there done by Guillotine Grace, as usual.
As usual. Looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Timeout.
I noticed a suspicious lack of Dallas skaters on the track.
Yes, they're not quite ready. They've got to do some confabulation.
It's always suspicious when they're not on the track, but you know what's not suspicious? The stuff that PR has to tell us.
Yeah, speaking of our Dallas Derby Devils, remember on March 28th, they're going to have a new skater and official orientation at 7 o'clock at Forum Roller World. Sessions start Monday, April 11th, but the orientation will take place on March 28th here in the Dallas area at Forum Roller World. Visit www.derbydevils.com for more information if you're interested in joining here in the local area to join Dallas Derby Devils. Also want to thank one of our awesome vendors and sponsors here, sponsoring our announcer booth area. That's the Bell of the Ball Designs. Ready to elevate your business? Look no further than the Bell of the Ball Designs. With personalized marketing strategies and expert coaching, they're here to help you succeed. Check them out now, and thank you to Bella for sponsoring our announcer area this weekend.
All right, Dallas players have returned to the track. Looks like the penalty box is very nearly empty. With Velocity Raptor on the line, I believe that is Public Enemy for Charlotte.
Now I hear a whistle. A whistle be blowing, and it is going to be Raptor on the inside to pick up lead jammer status, just stepping over some Charlotte skates. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Forearm on Public Enemy leaves Velocity Raptor with a power jam.
Literally the last thing that Charlotte wants right now, but their defense doing a really good job at hanging on to Velocity Raptor, who's normally in and through in about 1 second there. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, noes. A back block. Illegal contact being called on somebody in the pack here. Or not.
Thank you to Ref. Kilt trip on that call.
Whoops. Better safe than sorry, you know?
Yep. Something happened. It wasn't quite right. Let's figure it out.
Exactly. Something a little winky wonky happened. But what's not weird is Velocity Raptor picking up another 4 points to take them just 1 point away from that century mark. Dallas hanging out at 99 points. Ooh, Public Enemy trying to make an enemy out of Velocity Raptor by giving her a knock coming out of the box.
That was very saucy of her. She even looked her in the eye while she did it.
The best way to do it, honestly. Just look them in the eyes as you betray them.
Yes.
That's why you can't do the Caesar thing and stab them.
Stab them in the back. Not in the back. That's a back block.
You also don't want to do this, which is getting stuck behind these incredible defensive formations. Charlotte in the track here, unfortunately getting a multiplayer block. That's going to be why they have to let Velocity Raptor go. But Dallas at the back hanging on to Public Enemy in turn one. Wow.
Wow, a 12-point jam for Dallas puts the Army of Darkness over the century mark. Charlotte at 51.
Dallas at 103, and we have 4.5 minutes left in this first half. Been an extremely exciting first half.
It has been. The point spread doesn't tell the whole story here.
No, it really doesn't. That's kind of the. There's some games where the points do tell the story.
Yes.
This is not one of those games, and you can see that if you just watch Charlotte's defense. They were able to get a little bit better control of their penalties. Dallas catching up in terms of penalties, though. But not a very contentious or physical game either, as we saw with the beautiful clean escape of Daisy Deathwish here. Lead jammer in favor of Dallas.
Princess Leia still stuck in the pack for Charlotte. Of course, that is not a pack that I would like to be stuck behind.
Oh. No, not at all. That was an incredible smash by Daisy Deathwish to knock down a blocker from Charlotte before escaping on that inside line with 4 points. Princess Leia thought she had a little bit of running room, but instead found a Coco instead, who also just sidesteps to leave a beautiful open line for Daisy Deathwish, but closes it immediately back down on Princess Leia, who's still trying to complete the initial pass.
Public Enemy not getting any room in that pack to move around. Cranked out on the block against Hill Earnhardt.
Ooh, big hit there by Princess Leia, getting low to knock down Coco and finally complete the initial pass, but Daisy Deathwish completing a third scoring pass in favor of Dallas. 12 points picked up by Dallas in that jam, and they decide to call it off with their score now sitting on 115 points.
Wow.
DQ in the chat says they need to pair Princess Leia with Velocity Raptor. I'd be interested to see that particular jammer face off.
That would be really cool.
That would be really interesting. Hey, coaches, can you hear me? Do it.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Please.
We got Danny Banani wearing the star for Charlotte up against Ramsey for Dallas.
Speaking of different jammers, though, these two both have really different approaches as we see Danny Banani doing her hip-hop matrix move, but Ramsey opting to literally just push everybody up and out of the way there up at the front.
Very physical up at the front of the pack.
Charlotte responding pretty well, but they do have to let her go at the no pack 12 seconds in to give lead jammer status to Ramsey and Dallas. Danny Banani trying to skip along that outside line to pick up the initial pass. Losing her pivot to the box, though, which takes the opportunity to pass the star out of the wallet.
More penalty whistles blowing.
Oh, man.
Forearm penalty being assessed on Juice Box.
There we go. Danny Banani able to escape with star in hand, completing that initial pass right before turn 3. Meanwhile, Ramsey, having completed a first scoring pass, is now going up against the remaining Charlotte blockers here right before the apex. Ooh.
She can't. Okay, the jam is called. Someone's getting a forearm call. Forearm goes to Flannable Lecter.
Yep.
Which puts another Charlotte blocker in the box.
Charlotte starting with 2 blockers in the box, one sitting, one standing. Dallas starting with 1 blocker sitting. We're going to see Foxy Thunderclap taking the star, going up against Eliminator in the final 90 seconds of this first half.
It could be the last jam of this half. Might not be. Let's see what happens.
It's always a mystery, right?
You never know what's going to happen.
Never.
There could be a clock stoppage. Who knows?
All the lights could go out. Foxy Thunderclap. Foxy Thunderclap could fall to the inside. Eliminator could get lead jammer. You never know what happens. Oh, wait, that's exactly what just happened.
Oh, goodness.
4 in a row lead jammer status for Dallas. Foxy Thunderclap fighting the good fight against Dallas's defense here. Eliminator with 1 to beat from Charlotte at the front is able to skip around backwards.
All right. Foxy Thunderclap getting clear on the initial. Forces Eliminator to call the jam. We got 50 seconds left in the half. We could just see one more jam.
I do believe we will see one more jam.
Oh.
I do believe.
I saw an illegal procedure signal happening, but I didn't hear a whistle blow. Did you see anybody extra go to the box?
I didn't, but do you know what I think I see?
I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not a mind reader.
That's true, neither am I. I think I see a Princess Leia and a Daisy Deathwish on the line to start this possibly last jam?
Possibly last jam.
This is another good matchup, but I would be curious about the Raptor Princess matchup. Princess Leia picking up lead jammer status for Charlotte. The first lead jammer status in quite a while for Charlotte. In 4 jams, hopefully they're also going to be getting some points here. Public Genemy working over Daisy Deathwish. That feels almost a little personal, maybe a little payback from getting sent to the penalty box a few times.
Oh, wow, look at the work being done there by Public Genemy. Daisy's through on the initial. Princess Leia looking for points, getting a little love tap there by Juicebox.
Guillotine Grace taking out Princess Leia there to force the call off. 3 points picked up by Charlotte.
That was hard fought 3 points. That's 2 blockers I wouldn't want to be between. Guillotine Grace and Juicebox.
No,
Can you
I'm
imagine
good.
getting smushed?
No.
Oh my goodness, very physical.
I don't jam for a reason, and that's part of it, going up against people like that. But we are going to be going into intermission with Dallas ahead with 126 points.
I'm interested to see what gets messed with in the half.
Eliminator and Ramsey both have 27, and Velocity Raptor with 24. For Charlotte, your leading scorer is going to be Princess Leia with 20 points.
Wow.
Right behind Princess Leia is going to be Foxy with 16, and 12 points for Public Genemy, 6 points for Danny Banani.
Let's see. What else can we talk about? This has been a story of penalties.
It has. We have a couple of blockers here hanging out in 3 and 4 penalties on both sides of the roster here. And it's been a little bit of a whirlwind of penalties. Instead of just 1 or 2 people sitting on a number, there have been sort of evenly placed penalties distributed throughout the game.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind in the penalty box. I'm sure the penalty box timers are getting their money's worth. Goodness. Be interesting to see if Charlotte can turn it around, come back from the half a little more invigorated.
That's the hope here, because at the beginning they were able to catch up to Dallas at one point and were able to take the lead. They were trading them back and forth here for a while before Dallas started to really pull away.
Yeah.
And if Charlotte during the halftime was able to have a chat about being able to slow it down and work on locking up the Dallas Jammers, they'll have a lot better luck in this second half.
Yes, shutting down that defense is going to be key to really getting ahead. Getting their jammers through and getting lead jammer will also help quite a bit. But they've been fairly consistent with that as well.
Agree. And to May in the chat, who wanted to let me know that you abbreviate Princess Leia to Sleia, I do know that. It is just way more fun to say, it's the princess. It doesn't make sense if you go, it's the Sleia.
Well, it depends. If you're a Buffy fan, it totally is.
I'm not.
Oh.
I know. Fun fact for everyone, I've never seen an episode of Buffy.
Wowzers.
I know. There's a bunch of stuff in the cultural zeitgeist I haven't seen. If you want to have your mind blown, come ask me. About media I've never seen. But what do we see on the line here?
I see stars, which means Ramsey's on the line taking on Danny Banani.
There's that roll and whistle. Then the 5-second call.
Both jammers off the line. Ramsey trying the outside. Danny Banani stuck behind that four wall of Dallas blockers. Ramsey takes lead jammer in the first jam of the second half.
Danny Banani still trying to force her way through Dallas's blockers now with a couple more to beat, but Charlotte's defense having to drop back and defend against Ramsey, who is back in and scoring. Danny has escaped from the pack with the star and is popping it back on her head now.
Ramsey calls off the jam after putting up some points. 4 points to be exact.
130 points for Dallas so far in this game as we return from halftime here. Charlotte still hanging on at 54. They're going to be sending Foxy Thunderclap to the line of the star this time, and Charlotte's going to be fielding Eliminator.
And we're off to the races. Foxy Thunderclap on the inside line. Foxy Thunderclap takes lead jammer.
Able to do some beautiful toe stop work there and just skip through the inside line, needing just about a half an inch to make her way through. Eliminator being hung up on the remaining tripod duo of Charlotte blockers at the front. However, a multiplayer block is going to force them to let her go, and Eliminator completes the initial pass as Foxy Thunderclap picks up the first 4 points of this half for Charlotte.
Eliminator through the pack for 4 points for Dallas. Foxy Thunderclap hung up behind Crank Dad and Coco. Oh my goodness, little pile up here in turn 3. Causes Foxy Thunderclap to call up the jam after putting up 3 more points. 3.
7-point jam total for Charlotte to bring their score up to 61 points.
Princess Leia on the line for Charlotte. They'll be taking on, I believe that is Daisy Deathwish.
Yeah, Daisy just bending over enough where you can't see the number, but there you can see it now.
Well, fortunately, Daisy Deathwish's number starts with a 9, which
it's true.
She shares with Nancy, but Nancy's taller.
And also not a primary jammer.
Not a primary jammer at this time.
Exactly.
I have seen Nancy jam. It is fearsome and graceful.
But coming out ahead, it's the Princess Leia is your lead jammer for Charlottesville, but right behind her, Daisy about to chase her down. Ooh, Daisy knocking down Sleia on that outside line and forcing a bit of a recycle back here behind the pivot as Daisy comes through for 4 points in favor of Dallas.
Sleia on the inside on the toe stops. Does not avail her. She does call the jam. No points on that pass for Dallas. Trying to see if that white...
Looks like they're chatting a bit.
Looks like 2 points going up for Charlotte on that pass. Public Enemy number 1 on the line for Charlotte. Whoops. Taking on Velocity Raptor.
Raptor and PJ here. Raptor opting for the outside, then the inside line here. Now running into one of the blockers from Charlotte. Public Enemy immediately running into the Dallas defense there at the back.
And Velocity Raptor takes lead jammer for Dallas.
Public Enemy still being held up in the pack. They're trying to get some offense from her team, but they have to stop and defend against Velocity Raptor, who has come back into the pack, which is now congregating in turn 2.
Huck doing some wall breakup work there in the front.
All 4 Charlotte blockers doing what they can to hang on to Velocity Raptor, who's doing what she can to push them apart.
Interesting bridge work being done. Oh, Velocity Raptor being taken to the outside.
Ooh, but unfortunately that's going to be a
low block call
on Velocity Raptor here for that move against the Charlottesville blocker. So we're going to see a power jam now in favor of Charlotte and Public Enemy.
Public Enemy fighting hard to get through those Dallas blockers who now only have to focus on them.
Exactly. It is always nice when you're in that situation here. But Dallas has seemed to take no notice of the fact that it is a power jam for Charlotte and is not giving them any room at all.
Little bit of offensive work being done there by number 129 Rock Solid.
Ooh, wow. High block being called on Huckleberry Gin here, and now we do see the escape of Public Enemy. Oh no!
She's being pulled back. Coco got her.
Knocking her out of bounds as Velocity Raptor is re-entering the track now in a scoring position.
Coco with the hair flip on the knockout. She flipped the hair. It was great.
It was. Ooh, a direction of gameplay here on one of the Charlotte blockers. They're going to send them to the box.
Direction of gameplay being assessed on EB Trippin', and that is the jam. 4 points went up for Dallas on that pass. Charlotte still waiting on the signal.
I'm not sure if they got anything either. Having a little bit of a discussion.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on at this time. But Rough Draft not signaling just yet. Either that or they signaled very quickly.
Nope, nothing for Charlotte in that jam here. So we'll see. Wow, I'm having a hard time. Ramsey taking on Danny Banani.
And Ramsey tiptoes through the outside line, picking up lead jammer. Dallas once more in control of the track.
They do now have all 4 of their blockers back on the track, though Danny Banani was able to escape on the initial pass. Unfortunately, Huckleberry Gin picking up another penalty as soon as she returned to the track here, but Ramsey was able to get through the still depleted Charlotte pack as just now one of their blockers is returning, but Danny Banani is in and trying to score against the remaining 3 Dallas blockers. Ooh.
It's Nancy, Guillotine Grace, and Juicebox. Guillotine Grace and Nancy and Juicebox working over that is
Danny Banani.
Danny Banani.
Oh, Banani taking a bit of a stumble there now, but oh no! Falling over one of the blockers from Dallas. It looks like that was going to be ruled incidental contact, so we're going to get a low block here on the Dallas blocker who knocked down Ramsey. That's Juicebox here. I mean, Danny Banani. Excuse me.
Yeah. Now you're doing it.
It's contagious.
It's an 8-4 jam. Brings our score to 150-67 in favor of Dallas. We've got blocker for each in the box. Princess Leia on the line for Charlotte. Eliminator jamming for Dallas. As you can tell, I'm getting a little warmed up here.
Yeah, it just takes a little second. I need a little time coming back from halftime always to re-warm up here.
Yeah.
Princess Leia and Eliminator. Princess Leia trying to run up the outside managing to outstrip Coco, but Eliminator is lead for Dallas.
That's 3 in a row for Dallas.
Couple of the blockers taking themselves out there in turn 3. Eliminator does not want to give Charlotte a chance to score and decides to call it off before Leia can hit the pack here. Nothing for both teams.
Double donuts. That's the first scoreless jam in the second half, and only our 3rd or 4th of the game.
Exactly. I believe we're having a team timeout being taken by Charlotte. Not a bad opportunity. PR, what you got?
I got a shout out to our friends at WSL Leadership. There's a special deal going on right now during Clover Cup. 50% off a 60-minute advising consultation For Clover Cup skaters, coaches, and officials, or their league leadership, Clover Cup special rate offer is $100, regular $200. For that 60-minute advising consultation, go to wslleadership.com/contact to sign up and mention the code CloverCup60 to get that awesome 50% off a 60-minute advising consultation with WSL Leadership.
Shoe cam. Oh, they did for a second. They had the shoe cam on there for a second. They are great.
Shoe cam.
The chat is requesting that somebody find a link to those boots and post them somewhere in the Clover Cup chat. They're very popular.
I will say also, Kurt KM in the chat, in case it hasn't been said, the live feed has been fantastic. We've had an incredible view from home, so shout out to the camera and sound crew.
Thank you, Death Hound Sports Network.
Thank you, Death Hound
great
Sports
work
Network.
all weekend. Thank y'all.
All right. Tell me who's jamming, Nikki.
That's going to be Daisy Deathwish and Danny Banani. We're going to see our Double D crew back online again.
Daisy Deathwish cycling back to the rear of the pack after trying the inside line. Daisy Deathwish dances through the pack for lead jammer.
4 lead jammer statuses in a row here for Dallas, but Danny Banani has managed to escape about a half track behind. But Daisy Deathwish is in and scoring against the Charlotte's blockers.
That's a 4-0 jam for Dallas.
Well done to Dallas here in keeping their lead pretty consistent here now with 154 points. Charlotte not able to score for a while now. We do have one blocker for Dallas sitting in a little bit of penalty trouble. That's going to be Juicebox hanging out at 5. Nobody else in any major trouble. Just a couple people on 3.
Just a couple people on 3. It has been a very penalty dancy game.
It has been very distributed penalties, but a lot of them and frequently. We're going to see Foxy Thunderclap returning to the line with Velocity Raptor picking up lead jammer status, your jammer of record for Dallas.
Velocity Raptor having picked up lead. Now coming around looking for points. Foxy Thunderclap through on the initial.
Velocity Raptor now back in the box and scoring against a now slightly depleted Charlotte pack because one of the blockers did pick up a penalty and sat in the box. Ooh, getting the call to call it off. Raptor does call it off, but I believe, looks like I was incorrect. Charlotte, they were able to hold Charlotte scoreless.
They were able to shut Charlotte out on that one.
Another scoreless jam, sadly, for Charlotte here, but Dallas picking up 4 with their score now hanging out at 158. We've got about 20 minutes and a few odd seconds left in this game.
We could still see some interesting derby happen. Princess Leia on the line for Charlotte. Ramsey jamming for Dallas. Sometimes I word salad, and it's so funny when I hear myself speaking.
You were about to say it's anyone's game. I know you were.
I was, but I don't want to jam or jinx them.
Jammer Joe, my goodness. It's going to be 2 jammers bashing into each other. But Ramsey picking up the illegal contact there for it. And Princess Leia is going to be your lead jammer status. Leia now approaching on a scoring pass and running into that Dallas wall. It looks like maybe it was a rescinded penalty, though, because Ramsey has been released from the box.
And that's the initial.
Mm-hmm. Princess Leia completing an initial pass, looking to her box to see what to do. It looks like they're going to tell her to keep going it. Ramsey now also scoring, but right behind, Sleia has now made contact with that pack.
Nancy on the block against Princess Leia right here in turn 3. I love it when the action's right ahead of you. You can see what's going on.
Me too. Coco, Guillotine Grace, and Nancy putting on a world of hurt for Princess Leia.
What a tripod. Forearm call being assessed.
To a person, Charlotte blocker here, that's
Evie
Evie Trippin, head into the box here. Ramsey has managed to escape on that first scoring pass here. Princess Leia still trying to make her way through here. Leia taking a bit of a big hit there from Coco, but deciding to call off the jam before Ramsey is able to complete a second pass.
That is 4 more points up for Charlotte. Makes it an 8-4 jam for Charlotte.
Dallas still sitting ahead in the lead with 162 points, but 8 points picked up by Charlotte in the last jam to bring their score up to 75.
All right. Eliminator wearing the star for Dallas. We've got Danny Banani on the line for Charlotte.
I like this fruits basket here, a lemon and a banana.
Very fruity.
Very fruity indeed.
Tropical.
Let's see who's going to do the run by fruiting here. False start on Eliminator. So
Was she seated?
Yes, she did. She did a fun little circle just to be like, I'm seceding here. But it's Danny Banani, your lead jammer in favor of Charlotte.
That's only their 4th lead jammer status in the half for Charlotte.
Danny Banana coming in with speed here, trying to pick up a few more points here before Eliminator hits the pack. Uh-oh.
Big
Everyone
shutdown
going
there
down,
by the Dallas blocker line.
Multiplayer block
Lola
gonna
Chola
lose.
headed to the box for a multiplayer box.
Yeah, we're losing someone here. Danny Banana being stuck behind the blockers for Dallas, but looks like Charlotte's going to be telling them to continue to run it as the Eliminator returns to the pack on a second scoring pass. Able to get around rock solid there at the front for another 4 as Danny Banani is approaching. 8 points picked up by Eliminator so far.
No points on that pass for Eliminator. No points on that pass. 1 point on that pass. No, is that 2? That's 3 more. Okay. The problem is I'm short.
Yes.
And the color of the contrast of the wall to the hand on rough draft, not very much.
Official review here being called by Dallas.
Official review brought to you. Well, actually, let's talk a little bit more about what we've been seeing.
Okay.
I'm still watching the penalty box, and I'm watching what's going on. There's a conversation happening in the penalty box right now. I'm kind of wishing I could overhear. Looking in the penalty box timers have been very, very busy. Penalty box manager, very, very busy this game. It has been rather cyclical. No one in major danger of fouling out right now. We do have someone with 5. That's Juice Box.
We had discussed that already, but again, nobody. We have 1 person on 4, and that's Piglet on the side of Charlotte. But those are the 2 high people with the highest penalty counts here.
Right.
I think that unfortunately what happened in the first half is Charlotte ran into a little bit of jammer penalty, giving some really big scoring opportunities to Dallas, allowing them to pull away here. We do have a less than 100-point game.
Yep.
We do have 17 and a half minutes left.
And barring anything weird happening, there could be a catch-up happening for Charlotte. I mean, it's not impossible, not unheard of.
No.
Not at all, especially with Derby if Charlotte plays it smart.
Hopefully taking the time during this official review to breathe and chill out, because we did notice a more frenetic energy coming out of that second half here, a little bit by both teams, but maybe a bit more by Charlotte.
Yeah, a little more aggressive, a little more combative, and it's showing in the amount of Charlotte penalties we've seen in this second half.
Yeah.
In only just under 14 minutes that we've seen. So let's take that's going to allow us to take a look and see, penalties are going to tell the story of the game, I think.
What did I say earlier? They're acting caffeinated, not energized.
That's perfect. Yeah, I love that analogy.
Yes, we need energy, not caffeine. Maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, if you need energy but not caffeine, head over to a Radiant IV and get you a B vitamin shot.
What's the haps here, PR? Going to tell us some things?
First off, I just got shocked by the mic. Anyway, second of all, Dallas was looking to get an illegal contact penalty assessed to Danny Banani on a mid-air contact during the end of that last jam. However, the refs determined that the contact was not made illegally, so the no call will stand. Dallas will lose the review.
Whoa, okay. Right. Thank you, PR Armageddon.
Jam is on here. We only have 1 blocker for Dallas starting off in this penalty box, and a very tight scrum pack here right at the jam line. No one able to get anywhere, not even Foxy Thunderclap or Daisy Deathwish, who are both known for being able to do some movement here.
And a lot of movement is happening, to be fair.
It is.
Oh, it's Charlotte picking up lead jammer. Foxy Thunderclap made it through first.
3 in a row here for Charlotte, picking up a little bit more momentum here in this second half. Daisy Deathwish not yet able to escape the initial pass, but Foxy Thunderclap getting a scoring pass complete, but not able to stay in balance at the head there.
That was Nancy on that hit. That was a nice hit by Nancy.
Beautiful hit by Nancy. Nancy has some really great defensive moments here, but watching this one-on-one blocking by Lola Chola was great to hang on to Foxy Thunderclap. Star pass
to Nancy.
Yeah, speaking of, I believe this is the first time Nancy has received the star, though they've worn the stripe quite a bit. Nancy giving a wave to the crowd as a hello, I see you. Putting the star on there as they're approaching the pack. Near Foxy Thunderclap is in lead and scoring. First star pass of the game.
For Dallas.
For anybody. Wow. Nancy now trying to make a little headway here at the front, able to do so. 4 points to Nancy and to Dallas here. Charlotte's Foxy sees that happening, decides to call it off before Nancy can get another pass.
That's 3 points up for Foxy Thunderclap on that before the call off.
89 points now to Charlotte, but Dallas still in the lead with 174.
Allow me to take a deep breath, and we can say,
I think this might be the Raptor and Princess Leia jammer that we were requesting.
We asked, they delivered.
Thank you. We love you, coaches. Leia and Velocity here on the track. Or is it Raptor or Velocity? Velocity Raptor here at the back. Princess Leia trying to get a little headway at the front. Tumble to the inside there with Velocity Raptor and a recycle out of Princess Leia.
Cranked at the Dallas Derby Devils pivot, guiding Princess Leia out of the bounds and back to the pack.
Charlotte losing a blocker to the box. Velocity Raptor losing a few feet to a hit to the inside here.
Forearm on
somebody conceptually. Crank that. Ooh, and beautiful spin sear gets lead jam to Velocity Raptor, but right behind Princess Leia, escaping the initial as well. That was a very calm discussion and call off from the bench for Dallas to give us a 0-0 jam.
Princess Leia nodding. I expected that.
Yes, and I think that Raptor accepts that too.
Yes.
Great defensive work by both teams here, despite both losing a blocker to the box, holding on to these two very jukey jammers.
That's the first 0-0 jam of the half. We've got
Ramsey
and Danny Banani.
It's Danny, it's Banani, and Ramsey on the line.
Ooh.
That's all I remember of the theme song.
Ooh. Ramsey picking up a trap cut. We thought she was Lou Jammer.
But they were beautiful looking high step toe stop work there, Ramsey. I'm sorry it wasn't legal, but Danny Banani wanted to know
she
it was
cycling
legal.
back to be safe.
Yes, for cycling back behind Jukebox, really safe because I couldn't even tell for sure. Oh no, lead is closed. Now it looks like Danny had taken the star off here.
Danny Banani trying hard to get past this last bit of blocker work here. Nice blocking done by Jukebox.
I do hear a penalty whistle being blown, unsure who it's going to be on.
Jukebox.
Juicebox getting an out of play block. They're going to be sending them to the penalty box. Sadly, that's going to be their sixth penalty. Hopefully they're able to keep that together. Star pass.
Completed. That was a beautiful star pass to Public Genemy.
Public Genemy, now your jammer of record.
No lead jammer happening. We will go the distance with 1 minute left. Ramsey rejoining the pack and into the fray. This is Charlotte's first star pass, just the second of the game.
And two in a row here now. Ooh, Ramsey was able to escape on the initial pass. Public Genemy still on a scoring pass being held up in the pack, has escaped. 43 seconds left, and it's going to be a 2-minute jam here as Ramsey did not get lead and Public Genemy took off. There was a star pass on Charlotte's behalf.
All right, coming into the back of the pack. Ramsey recycling a little bit of the way, slamming back into those jabbers. Blockers, EB tripping on that final line of defense. Gonna have to let her go. 4 points up for Ramsey.
Charlotte dropping back to try to spring Public Genemy, your jammer of record here. Ooh, nice attempt at offense there by EB tripping.
On the block, taking Public Genemy to the inside line.
Really great coming right back in from the penalty box to immediately shut it down, but Public Genemy is able to swoop around, picking up another 4 points in favor of Charlotte as Ramsey's going 1-for-1 up against EB tripping as the jam comes to an end.
3 more for Dallas, none for Charlotte on that pass.
8-7 jam here with Dallas still leading at 181. Charlotte just 3 points away from that century mark here as we have 12 minutes left in this first. Good morning, everyone. Thank you to Heather Thomas, who says that they like the announcing, even though I've been tripping over every word I've said.
English I can, speak it I do.
Thank you, Yoda.
Eliminator jamming for Dallas, and that is Foxy Thunderclap for Charlotte.
Multiplayer block being called on a somebody who has yet to leave the track here, but it's going to be Eliminator, your lead jammer status assigned to Dallas.
Charlotte's pivot, Hill Earnhardt sitting in the penalty box now.
Both jammers free. Eliminator going to be the first eligible to score with Dallas running up to provide some offense and successfully doing so. Turning around to call off the jam backwards is Eliminator picking up all 4 points for Dallas. Crystal Hernandez and Bunny also say thank you, saying that the energy of the game and the announcing is helping keep them focused.
Goodness gracious.
Yes.
I promise to keep it just as intense the whole rest of the way.
11 minutes of which remain on the clock. Aw, Jax Lastinger says, y'all are definitely my favorite announcers. Thank you, Jax.
I love it. Thank you so much. Princess Leia on the line. taking off and picking up lead jammer just before I can tell you that Daisy Deathwish is jamming for Dallas Derby Devils.
I believe the Princess has gone up against Daisy a handful of times here, and this is a really good testament to Charlotte's blockers having a couple in the box able to not only get lead, but get Princess Leia through for 4 points in favor of Charlotte, bringing them up over that century mark with 101 points now. Daisy Deathwish also on a scoring pass against that tripod of blockers up the front by Charlotte. Ooh! Gorgeous.
Princess Leia's got some ups today.
Yes, she used the force to hop that apex there to pick up another 4 points for Charlotte here. Forearm losing one of the Charlotte blockers to the box as Princess Leia re-enters the pack, scoring. Going to recycle back to be safe here, but Daisy Deathwish also in to score and through 4 points picked up by Daisy Deathwish. Now both jammers sitting on 8 points. Princess Leia may have a few more as she's deciding to call the jam off.
Let's see. No point signal for Princess Leia. 2 points. Oh, 2 points for Princess Leia. Why am I still watching Cataclysm? She's wearing the wrong color band.
I don't know. I just watch the digital thing because it's usually kind of correct.
Sometimes.
10 points picked up by Charlotte in that jam to bring them to 107 points. 8 points for Dallas with their score sitting at 193. We're going to see that is Daddy Banani, I believe, jamming for Charlotte, and it's going to be Velocity Raptor with the star for Dallas.
Banana Raptor? Raptors don't eat bananas, except in this case.
They might.
Let's see.
But it looks like Charlotte's eating a Raptor temporarily with just 2 blockers managing to hang on.
Crank that on the offense for Dallas.
Dallas's tripod up at the front, meanwhile, just hanging on like though they're made of glue to Danny Banani. Going to allow Velocity Raptor to hop, skip through, but not quite legally. Track cut picked up there by Velocity Raptor, giving Danny Banani a power jam opportunity, and Charlotte now with all 4 blockers on the box, out of the box, on the track, able to maybe do a little something. Something. But Dallas has the recipe book, and they know exactly what they're trying to cook up.
Is that Coco shutting
Yes.
Danny Banani down? Oh, clean star pass
To Hell Earnhardt.
Hell Earnhardt
being
now
taken out at the last second there, but taking themselves out was Scare Bear. Star pass and initial pass completed by Hell Earnhardt. Now back in and trying to score against a very formidable looking Dallas quadrant as Velocity Raptor has been released from the penalty box.
I was trying to explain to my son who was watching on the YouTube last night. I said, no, these are nice people.
Yes.
They just have very serious things to do on the track.
And very serious faces while they're doing it.
Faces while they do it.
Oh no, Lola Troll is a great time, but I don't want to meet her now.
Yes, exactly. Crank that. Great person.
Yes.
Very, very scary blocker.
Yeah, Princess Leia, super sweet and friendly. I don't want her coming at me at 1,000 miles an hour.
That's right. Hell Earnhardt shut down here in the apex. Hale
Beautiful
Earnhardt
offense there by Rock Solid. I'm sorry to cut you off, and that allowed Hell Earnhardt to get 4 points.
That's 4 points for Hale Earnhardt. That was the initial for Velocity Raptor.
Both now scoring. I think that's going to be a back block here on Velocity Raptor as the jam comes to an end. So we're going to see a power start in favor of Charlotte.
Did you see the I'm sorry tap as she got up?
I did. Oh, we have an official review. Oh, no, a timeout. It was someone held up an O and then switched.
Timeout, Charlotte.
Good move by Charlotte here. They're going to have a power start, able to have a little jibber jabber before we take the track.
Yep.
But I think you should jibber jabber at me a little bit, PR. What's the haps?
I am the jibber and the jabber. Here we go. Dallas Derby Devils, April 2nd. They're going to have their alumni happy hour at Craft and Growler here in Dallas. So if you're an alumni from Triple D, check out our April 2nd event at Craft and Growler. Also on the 29th, Triple D will take over Killer Queen at Free Play Arlington. You want to check out the game and see what it's all about? If you're here in the Vendor Village area, go check out the Killer Queen game stand-ups up there, brought to you by Free Play. I played it earlier this weekend. It's a very fun game. It's an interesting game. It's sort of really cool. You got to have a few people to play. It's a multiplayer game. But go check it out, and then go check it out on the 29th when Triple D takes over at Free Play Arlington.
Lots of compliments here for the walls on both sides here. May pointing out the defensive wall. It is hard to know which one they're complimenting, especially in that last jam. Both.
That was really, really An intense jam.
Super incredible work there. This power start here, we're going to be starting with Foxy Thunderclap here. Let's see what kind of thunderstorm she's going to bring for us today.
Ooh.
Is it a Foxy one?
I bet it is.
I hope so.
I tried to conceptualize what a Foxy Thunderclap would look like. It didn't look like her, of course.
Maybe it's instead of going kaboom, it's kaboom.
Kaboom. Yes.
Kaboom.
Oh, Foxy Thunderclap going out to the outside line. Going to recycle behind Guillotine Grace.
Guillotine Grace with a pretty back drawback into turn 1 here. Pretty good penalty kill so far as well. 18 seconds passed, and we're now just seeing Velocity Raptor standing up as the packs are in turn 2. Using her own blocker to knock down Coco, unfortunately, taking down her own blocker here. But skipping around, Foxy Thunderclap is lead just as Velocity Raptor puts skates back in the track.
So that's going to give Foxy Thunderclap at least one opportunity to make a scoring pass before Velocity Raptor makes it through.
Yes, Charlotte doing their best to hang on here. Now reforming at the front. Going to have to let her go with that out of play call. And Guillotine Grace is taking Foxy Thunderclap all the way back into turn 3.
Foxy Thunderclap into the back of that tripod once more.
It looks like Charlotte's now about to getting points in this second half as Velocity Raptor comes through for 4. Charlotte probably trying to pick up as many as they can without letting Dallas get too far ahead of them. So Foxy now going to choose to call it off.
I hear them trying to call someone to the penalty box. 3 points go up for Charlotte on that pass. No points for Dallas. I'm still trying to figure out who went to the box.
Looks like a Dallas blocker is going to be sitting in that the box here. Coco going to be sitting in the box. We're going to have Ramsey taking the star for Dallas going up against Princess Leia for Charlotte. And we've got about 5.5 minutes left in this game overall.
It has been quite a fun game to call. This is my first time calling for with Nikki Tricky Savvy. So that's an awesome.
It's been super fun. You're right. I don't think we have plays called together here.
No, not yet. Well, now yet.
Now we have, but wow, that was some pretty big hits there on Ramsey there by Charlotte's defense.
Multiplayer block being assessed on
Huckleberry Gin here, which is going to give Princess Leia lead jammer status. Leia now coming around and looking for points here in favor of Charlotte. As Ramsey is able to rams away through Charlotte's blockers, completing the initial pass, but Princess Leia sliding on through like a lightsaber for 4 points in favor of Charlotte.
I love it. Ramsey coming on up. And
really big hit there to clear the way by taking out Helvira. Going to give Dallas 4 points, but Princess Leia is back in the pack and eligible to score, but Ramsey approaching to do the same.
Princess Leia trying to take a shirt whip off of her teammate. Didn't quite do her any good. Helvira providing the propulsion.
Low block going to be the call there on Coco, who accidentally tripped Princess Leia, but an accidental trip is a trip nonetheless.
It's not that you meant to do it, it's that you did it.
Exactly.
You got to keep your limbs in control.
Exactly. It's like a roller coaster. Keep your arms and legs inside. Princess Leia deciding to call the jam off here to pick up all 4 points there. So 8 all in this jam with 4 minutes left on the game clock. We do now have 2 Dallas blockers who are in a little bit of penalty trouble. Juicebox sitting on 6, and with that penalty being assessed to Coco, that low block, that will be her 5th.
Wow. Eliminator on the line for Dallas taking on Danny Banani. Once again, we have lemons and bananas. You know, if you put lemons on bananas, it prevents bananas from turning brown.
Yeah, if you put lemons on bananas, they might fall down the stairs, though.
In pairs?
In pairs. In pajamas. Oh, speaking of bananas.
Coming out in front. 3 of the last 4 jams have gone to Charlotte. Eliminator coming out of the pack free on the initial.
All right, Danny Banani, however, in and scoring at the back of the pack, having to recycle back just a little bit of the ways as Eliminator is re-engaging and looking for points on the outside, now inside. Danny Banani escaping through the middle of the pack for 4.
Eliminator getting a nice hit there by Coma Inducer. Just still gets past.
Danny Banani now back in the pack looking for another scoring pass. As is Eliminator, both jammers tangling up with the appropriate defense. 2 from Charlotte left to defend against Eliminator at the front, who does escape. Danny Banani still being hung up by the Dallas defense.
One of the benefits of being this close to the track, we can hear all the communication. As Eliminator made it through, she said, woo!
Jam called off here by Charlotte with another 3 points on that pass to give them 7 points so far. 8 picked up by Dallas in that jam here. Score sitting at 2:15 in favor of Dallas, with Charlotte at 129 and 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, wow.
Sprint Julep wants to know why Charlotte has been running jams long. My personal guess, knowing nothing about strategy, is that they are trying to rack up as many points as they can to feed into their seeding.
That probably is correct at this point. Oh!
Oh, that was a big old whack there on Daisy Deathwish, and it's going to be a cut track there. She wasn't able to quite legally stay in bounds, so Foxy taking your lead jammer. 4 in a row for Charlotte here.
Foxy coming into the back of that pack hard. Getting shut down just as hard by those Dallas Derby Devils blockers.
Coco with yet another big hit to force Foxy onto the inside now, just slowing it all down like their skates are bolted to the floor. Charlotte opting for passive offense here, hoping that Foxy will be able to push aside the Dallas defense. Now taking a rush up as they see that the penalty on Daisy is beginning to expire. Forearm going to be assessed to Coco, now her sixth penalty. And Foxy able to escape on a scoring pass as Daisy Deathwish returns to try to complete the initial pass legally.
Penalty whistle's being blown. Who's headed to the box this time?
Can't quite see. The pivot for Charlotte on a direction here. Foxy still in and scoring. Daisy back in scoring.
Daisy Deathwish coming through for 4 points. We got someone tying their skate.
Another Dallas skater heading into the box on a stop block penalty as the jam is called off by Foxy.
3 points went up for Charlotte. I see it's at 3. Yes, 3-all for both 7-7 jam. $222 Dallas, 136 Charlotte. 25 seconds left on the game clock with Princess Leia rolled up to the line and Ramsey locked in to get started.
Yes. Here we go. Team timeout, I believe, being called by Dallas.
So we will see one more jam.
Yes, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
It gives me one last chance to say, hey, PR, pay the bills.
While we relax.
Want to remind everybody about our raffles going on at the Triple D merch table. Buy your tickets, $5 each, 5 for $20. The proceeds do go to help supporting the Army of Darkness, Battalion of Doom, and Rolling Rebellion's trip to Southern Discomfort at Columbia, South Carolina this April. So get your raffle tickets. We will be drawing the winners at the end of all of our Clover Cup festivities. So make sure you get those tickets now, $5 each or 5 for $20.
You should see some of those lovely things that they got in a raffle.
I did. I was going to sign up for the safety basket. I don't know exactly what it's called, but the one that has all the protective gear in it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, none of it fits me.
I've been requested by our THA, Johnny Pepper. Nobody else should buy tickets for the Buc-ee's basket. He wants that Buc-ee's one.
That Buc-ee's basket is pretty darn cool.
I know that I'm not from this area because I am not understanding the fascination with the Buc-ee's basket, but you go you there, Johnny. I'm not fighting you for it.
That's all right. I love it.
It's fair. All right, as we said, Ramsey and Princess Leia for Dallas and Charlotte, respectively, in this last jam.
Locked and loaded.
Ready to go. We have 1 blocker for Charlotte in the box, 2 for Dallas. Both jammers trying that inside line, but Princess Leia. She was just waiting for the inside line to open up and come in to pick up the 5th lead jammer status in a row for Charlotte.
Faster than the Millennium Falcon. She could do the Kessel run in 11 seconds.
She could. I think she could.
11 parsecs.
Big tumble up there with Ramsey up at the front. Period clock has expired. We're running exclusively on jam time now. Princess Leia is in and looking to score some points. Does get around Lola Chola to pick up 4 in this pass. Penalty box has cleared. All blockers have returned to the track, and Ramsey has removed the star. Ooh.
Little apex hop for Princess Leia. 4 more points on the board for the Charlotte team.
Beautiful job there by Princess Leia to get through here. And excellent job by Charlotte hanging on to Ramsey here and keeping Lola, the pivot, away. Lola Chola now has taken the star as your jammer of record, but Princess Leia is in to try to complete a 3rd scoring pass.
Okay, this is no bearing on the game. I just want you to look at Lola Chola's quads.
Yes.
They are amazing. She's playing so much derby this season.
She's ripped as bananas. Forearm call being called on Lola Chola. Sadly, now the power jam in favor of Princess Leia. who is your lead. Juicebox knocking her to the inside, but I believe going to be picking up a penalty for that contact. So Juicebox has fouled out of the game now, the 7th penalty.
30 seconds left in the jam and the game.
Indeed. And another penalty being assessed. I don't think you can actually get 8 penalties, though. Oh, that's the same one.
It's the same one on Juicebox. Okay.
All right, here. But Princess Leia still trying to fight through this pack of Dallas blockers at the front now. Just one to beat. Still hanging on for dear life, getting the reformation of the tripod at the front.
Coco at the head of the pack.
Lola Chola has been released from the penalty box with 2 seconds left on the clock.
And the unofficial score is still unofficial. Please do not come to the track until the score is made official. Unofficial final score, 222, Charlotte, 148.
Once again, please make sure, do not come to the track for high fives until all of our officials have left.
Okay, folks, get a high five from the Dallas Derby Devils! Okay. I'll do it. Yes. And now let's appreciate the Charlotte Roller Derby team.